The installation of the FG Uniflow Air Chute is pretty straightforward. We've got three basic phases. We're going to take the transition first, and we're going to hold it up and mount it to the ceiling against the refrigeration unit. After that, we will take transition ears or ducts that will take the air out to the sidewall. And the final phase will consist of taking a vinyl air chute and extending it from that point all the way down the trailer. The first step to installing the air chute is to take the transition and turn it upside down so that you can see indentations made in 6 locations where we need to pre-drill a 1/4 inch hole in order to fasten it to the ceiling. The next step is to hold the transition up against the ceiling and tight against the refrigeration unit. And then with a marker, I'm going to mark each of the holes that we pre-drilled on the ceiling. In each of the locations that we marked with the marker, we're now going to drill a 1/2 inch hole. Once we have the 1/2 inch holes drilled, in this installation we're going to take these rubber fasteners and we're going to insert them into the holes. And then we're ready to put up the transition. The next thing we're going to do is take this screw and washer, as you just saw, and we're going to screw it into the rubber fastener that's already in the ceiling. All right, I'm going to take one of these ears and slide it underneath the transition along the ceiling. Once it's in place, we can line it on the sidewall and on the ceiling. The first place I'm going to put a rivet into is the sidewall. Just like that. With one fastener holding it to the sidewall, I can now hold it up and drill more holes to put rivets into. As noted in the installation instructions, there is a fixed installation and a removable installation. We've designed this here as a removable installation. By that, we can back out these rubber fasteners and take the transition away from the front wall to access the unit. For a fixed installation, we can use different fasteners here, as well as put in 2 rivets at this overlap junction to make that transition and ears one solid piece. Each Uniflow air chute comes with 2 vinyl chutes that are nicely rolled up like this. What we want to do is make sure that we have the right one here. The straight edge goes along the sidewall. So I'm going to unroll it a ways. And then we'll lift it up and fasten it to the sidewall. As you can see, to make the installation easier, we've snapped a chalk line 4 inches down from the ceiling and 15 inches over on the ceiling. And we're going to hold the straight edge of the chute up on top of the chalk line and overlap it about 3 to 4 inches onto the plastic transition ear. We're going to come into the 4th grommet here, and we're going to drill a 1/4 inch hole and put in a rivet. Just like that, and we'll do that the rest of the way down the sidewall. Now that we have the entire length of vinyl chute attached to the sidewall 4 inches down, we want to leave the trapezoid shape up here alone. We're going to start at where the chute is straight and parallel with the side that we've already put up, and we're going to pull this over to a chalk line at 15 inches out, and we're going to screw into that and fasten it with the hardware provided. Let me get one in. There we go. The last step is to connect the vinyl chute to the plastic transition ear. I'm going to pull this tight over, drill a hole, and use the pound rivets first here. The next two, I'm going to use a pop rivet, and then back here again I'll use a pound rivet so that this hangs nicely and doesn't interrupt the airflow in any way. Now with the last fastener in place, we just need to install the vinyl chute on the opposite side of the trailer, and the installation is complete.